Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 2, module 2 of quality assurance in higher education. Super excited for this week for a couple reasons. One, you all will be digging into Hypothesis, maybe for the first time. And two, that you'll be working in earnest on your group project. So I want to dedicate some time to Hypothesis real quick, because I know I had the overview video, which I highly encourage you all check out. But some people are already engaging in there. So I want to show you what things look like, and also give some reminders to people, again, so that you can see it in action. Okay. So for this week, when you're obviously in the table of contents area and in module 2, you'll see the discussion options, and these are the links to the 3 readings you have this week. And we include here, like, if you click here, it'll take you to the place where you'll see my big overview about Hypothesis, as well as the instructions for how to make an account, because you have to make an account in order to access this. But within Hypothesis, if we go to the first reading, well, hang on, let's go to this one. All right, so when you click on any of these, what's going to happen is you'll first see it like this. Like, this is how the reading will show up. What you'll want to do is use this side navigation. This is how you know it's like a Hypothesis connected document. It'll have this sidebar. And so if you expand that, this is where any annotations will be. Now, I spell this out in the example, but I want to reiterate, we are operating within a specific, like, I made a group for our course. And so make sure you're always within that. When you log in, which, yeah, is your first thing that'll happen, I'm sorry. When you click this and expand it, it'll look like this, right? And so you'll want to make sure and log in to your respective account so that you're in there and you're logged in. And so what you'll want to do before you do anything else is make sure that you sign in to the HED 634 Fall 2022. Once you do that, boom, you'll see some annotations. You'll always see one from me. I made one on each of the comments. And then look, we already have some from other students. And what's cool is, if you want to see like where this comment is, you can, one, as you're reading and you see a highlight, you can click on it. But two, if you are like, oh, I wonder where Veronica made this comment, if you just click on it, it'll take you right down to where that is. But what I strongly encourage, and I said this in the overview video, is please just read the document first. So if you want, have this collapse, just read the document first, and then go back. Or as you're reading it, maybe you just pay attention to, making highlights or making your own notes as you go along, and then go back and see what other people wrote. And, that's where you can make responses to individual people. And then hopefully people will respond to your post. But please just make sure that, again, you're doing this in the HED 634 and not necessarily the public. There's nothing wrong with doing it in the public per se, other than anyone who might access this document and has a Hypothesis account can see your comment, which, again, not that that's a bad thing, but I want to try and keep our conversations just for our class. And so just be sure to do that, because you will see, and this is not to throw anybody under the bus, but you will see in some of the other ones that some people have posted in the public area. And I believe if that's you, if that's something you did, you should be able to edit your post, and down here, hopefully you'd be able to indicate that you want to post it to the course itself. But that's also important as you make a Hypothesis account, and I give the link in the overview, on the overview page, that here, once you make your account, that there's a specific link I give of, here's our group. And so if you click that and sign up, it'll make sure you're part of our group. And it looks like we got some folks. Great, good. So yes, please make sure to log in via that. And again, way more information on this page. Likewise, if you want to see the rubric that we use for Hypothesis, it's linked there as well. There you go. is a little different than the normal discussion rubric. So feel free to check that out. But I'm really excited. I think Hypothesis is such a cool tool to, you know, get your reading done and get your discussion done all in one fell swoop. So really looking forward to the post there. And as you'll see, like this is a great example from Veronica, because you're in the reading, you don't have to cite the reading, which is cool. So you don't have to worry about APA unless you are trying to cite another reading or some other outside source. Then please cite your source appropriately. But if you're just talking about this piece and offering your thoughts and comments, you don't have to do a citation because it's right there. And likewise too, with this, while we want your post to be, you want to explain your point and raise your question, don't feel like every post has to be 200 to 250 words. That would be a lot. And we even see here in the rubric, I don't say anything about like length of posts. So again, this is not your typical discussion board. This is, we're asking questions and we're making comments with one another within the reading. And as other people comment and ask questions, it'll be this really cool conversation. So that's Hypothesis. Please reach out if you have any issues or want to talk through that. I know it could be new technology for you all. Happy to walk through that with individuals. And again, the group project, I have a video about this. You can see the description here. But really, this is you all collaboratively coming to consensus around defining quality in higher education, giving some examples of how we can be doing that from a role-specific perspective. I give some guidelines here, some timeline information, things to keep in mind, and pretty flexible on your format. Do whatever's going to be easiest for you to have kind of a voiceover presentation. To be honest, if it were me, I wouldn't even bother with the voiceover component. I would just like do a Zoom meeting and record the presentation. But do what's easiest for you and your group, because maybe you all can't get together at the same time to do this. But again, one submission per group's required. So of your group, it can just be only one person has to send it in. Just make sure all your names are identified either in the name file or actually in the presentation. And if you all have any issues, or if one of the group members is not responding or anything like that, please reach out so we can best troubleshoot that and work through what's going to be the best path forward for your group. But super excited to see what you all come up with. And beyond that, don't hesitate to reach out with any questions, comments, concerns. It's been really great to get to know you all and engage via the discussions. Hope we keep that up in Hypothesis, and looking forward to the group assignments you all have. All right. Reach out if you need anything. Otherwise, we'll be in touch. Have a good week.